My precious chosen one, today, in just 45 seconds, your life will change forever. This is not an ordinary day. This is not a random message. Archangel Michael is blowing the trumpet over your house, and something shocking is hidden in your backyard or under your doorstep. Open this to find out what's going on. Pay close attention. There are times in life when heaven comes to visit earth. Every once in a while, the air around your house will change, even if you can't see it. This is the invisible realm. Today is the day for you. Archangel Michael doesn't just blow the trumpet for fun. A trumpet isn't something that you see in heaven. That's a sign. A message has been sent. It's a divine alarm clock that wakes up fate. That sound is resonating over your roof, walls, and the ground below you right now. You might think this means something, but I'm telling you, something is close to your life. Not by accident or chance, but on purpose. There is something buried and hidden. Something will change in your spirit in 45 seconds. It's been walked on by you. You've been living on top of it. It was close to where you slept, but you didn't know what was going on below the surface. What's behind you is shown by the backyard. The front door stands for what is about to come into your life. It's not about being scared. It has to do with revelation. In plain sight, there are blessings, and until the trumpet sounds, there are truths that hide. The trumpet of Archangel Michael is a statement. It's time to find out what has been hidden. Why today? Why today? Due to the precise timing of events in the spiritual realm, there is a divine appointment ahead of you. The wait is over. It's time for some noise. There is no longer any time to wait. There is a shocking secret being kept. Yes, but not to hurt you. Is meant to wake you up. Take a moment to close your eyes and picture this. The sound of a trumpet so loud that the ground beneath your house shakes, but not physically. Old bikes break. Old lies don't hold up. Fears from the past are no longer strong. There is something buried under your door. Some of you have forgotten about the promise. For some, it's a pattern that goes back generations and was never dealt with. For some of you, it's a blessing you prayed for but stopped having faith in. The trumpet isn't calling you to account. It is calling for revelation to come to you. You knew something wasn't right in your house. Maybe tension that can't be explained. There might be weight in some places. There might be strange resistance every time you try to move forward. That's because things that are hidden have power. Also, heaven is showing what earth tried to hide. But wait, there's more. No one told you this. Things that are hidden aren't always dark. The enemy may hide your treasure so that you forget about it. Fate can be buried, making you walk in circles instead of taking a step toward your purpose. The trumpet of Archangel Michael does more than just sound alarms. It lets people know when they're coming. It informs of changes. It says that God will step in. Your point of view will change in 45 seconds, not because your house moves, but because you become more aware of things. Your past is shown by the backyard. A doorstep is a metaphor for your threshold. There is something from the past trying to get into the present, and heaven is telling us to stop, live, and think. Have you been having the same dreams lately? Have you had sudden urges to clean, move, or rearrange things in your home? That's not a coincidence. That's getting ready. A spiritual unveiling is taking place. You're not just watching this by chance. You were shown this way. The trumpet sound is unique, which is why it led you here. Your name is in the vibration of it. This is very strong because of this. What is hidden can't stay hidden once the trumpet blows. The truth rises. Check out your service. Destiny wakes up. Right now, you might feel your heart beating faster. That's not fear. That's what recognition is. Before your mind can understand the sound, your spirit knows what it is. Unbelievable things are hidden in your yard or under your front door. However, the shock does not destroy. It is finding out. You will start to see signs in 45 seconds. The conversations will change. There will be clarity. There may be a return. You might have an epiphany like lightning. This is the time for you to shine. Archangel Michael is not talking in a whisper. It sounds like he is blowing the trumpet right over your house. Plus, if heaven says something over a house, that house can never change. What you're about to find out will alter how you see your past, your home, and your future. Take a deep breath. The sound has already started. If this first trumpet blast has stirred something in you, if you can feel your life's foundation starting to shift, I want you to declare your awakening right now. In the comments below, type Amen as your first response to what heaven said. Your Amen should be the key that opens the first level of revelation. It's more important than you think that you agree with heaven. Do not leave me now. I'm about to tell you what happens when the sound of the trumpet gets closer to the ground. Beloved soul, the trumpet sound is still there. It's still vibrating in the area you can't see, but it's getting closer to the ground. What started out as a heavenly announcement is now a personal revelation. Today is more than just a number on a calendar. It is a sign of the spirit world. Today is the day when something that was hidden starts to come out. It's not hard to understand when Archangel Michael blows the trumpet. It makes you visible. Illusion and truth are split by it. And right now, something spiritually important is being brought to your attention near your home. You might not be able to see it yet, but you can feel it in your chest. A stirring, a pleasure, or a feeling that something is about to come to light. What you left behind is shown by a backyard. Remember the things you buried and the prayers you stopped saying because you thought heaven was quiet. The front door is a symbol of entry. It means permission. What it stands for is what you let into your life. Here's the big secret. Something from your past has been waiting at the doorway to your future, trying to get in. That access is being blocked by heaven, though. The trumpet of Archangel Michael is more than just a wake-up call. It's a call to check. Long ago, you placed spiritual deposits in your life, but you didn't notice them because you were busy, doubtful, or delayed. Some of you have, in a symbolic way, stood in your backyard and said you had a dream. You promised something. You asked God to show you something. And when time went by with no changes, you thought it was over. It was never over. It was hid. It's not the same thing to be denied something and to be delayed for divine timing. Today is proof that being late doesn't mean you have to cancel. Restoration of awareness is being heralded by the trumpet over your home. Things that were buried are still alive. People will not forget what was talked about. You might remember a conversation from a long time ago all of a sudden. Something that warned you. A dream you had once. Something strange happened that didn't make sense at the time. These memories are coming back to the surface because spiritually the ground is shifting. The sound of the trumpet is breaking through the silence. Today, don't ignore small signs. Pay attention if you feel like you need to check something, clean something, move something, or pray in a certain corner of your home. Heaven often shows itself through small nudges before big things happen. But this is the real truth. What's hidden under the doormat isn't always an object. Sometimes it's an agreement, a deal that was made out of fear, a deal that was made with pain, threats made against your home in a rage, statements you made when you had no hope, strong words. If bad things were said about you, they can stay with you like seeds buried in the ground. Those seeds are uprooted by Archangel Michael trumpet. The shocking truth is this: your resistance might not have been normal after all. It could have been spiritual interference. What you thought was bad luck might have been spiritual residue that you hadn't cleaned off. The announcement over your house today, though, breaks that cycle. You are not being told to be scared. You are being asked to become aware, and becoming aware changes everything. The truth loses its hidden power when it comes out. When something that was buried is brought to light, it can't work in secret anymore. That's why this message got to you today. Not last year or next month. Your spirit is feeling alert for a reason. You didn't scroll past this for a reason. You know deep down that this moment is important. This is the start of a cover. Something even deeper will come to the surface as you keep listening. What shocks you at first will quickly feel like confirmation. It will fit like a puzzle piece. It's important that you don't keep quiet if this message strikes a chord with you. The fact that you have this video is proof that you are not telling the truth. Share it with someone whose home may also be being looked at by God. Write about what you feel in your spirit right now. Join this growing movement where clear and powerful messages from heaven are sent by subscribing to this channel. If you want to learn more about these revelations, become a member, since what's going to happen next isn't random, it's layered. The next layer will show you why today was chosen just for you. Hold on to how you feel in your chest. There is still more to come. As the chosen vessel of fate, the air around your home has already changed. even though you can't see it. Today isn't going like any other day because Archangel Michael's trumpet wasn't blown to make noise. It was sounded to warn people. It's now going from the surface to the core of the question. You need to understand something. When heaven tells you that something shocking is hidden in your backyard or under your front door, it's not just talking about the ground. It has to do with spiritual foundations. A house needs a base to stand on. Beliefs, agreements, and structures that can't be seen hold every life together. And sometimes things that were built a long time ago were based on parts of the truth that were not fully true. The backyard is a place of history, the steps you took, the seasons you lived through, and the people you met that helped shape you. There are more things than memories under that ground. You said vows to it in your head when no one was around. It holds tears that fell quietly. It has the promises you made to yourself when you were really desperate. There's something different under your door. The front door is covenant space. It's where choices are made between inside and outside. That's where chances come in. This is either where danger comes in or where it stays out. If there is something hidden there, it means that it has been affecting your entry points, your money, your peace, your relationships, and your spiritual growth. The trumpet is not blown at random by Archangel Michael. In the Bible, the trumpet makes a divine transition. It means the end of one chapter and the beginning of a new one. But the old foundation needs to be looked at before the new chapter starts. There must be an open agreement, a silent compromise, or a pattern that has been passed down from generation to generation before you can fully move forward. Some of you will be shocked by this truth. Something from your past made you think you weren't good enough, so you've been living below your calling. That thought turned into a stone that was buried under your door. Every time a chance came along, that stone made them hesitate. The stone whispered every time promotion was about to happen. Yesterday, though, the trumpet blast broke that stone. You might feel emotions that you thought were over rising up again all of a sudden. You might want to pray over your home in a way you haven't done before. That's not making up stories. Yes, that is activation. When heaven makes a public pronouncement about a private life, the spiritual realm reacts. The mystery is being solved here. What was hidden wasn't meant to hurt you. It was meant to be revealed at the right time so you could see who was in charge. If it had been told to you too soon, you wouldn't have known what it meant. It would have stopped your growth if it had been hidden for too long. But today is the exact moment. Some ancestral cycles end when one person knows about them. When one person says enough, there are generational limitations that go away. The trumpet over your house isn't just for show. It's about giving people power. You are being shown what was hidden so that you can take back land that is rightfully yours. Take a mental tour of your house right now. Picture light coming into every room. Imagine that the ground under your door is blowing clear. Imagine what was buried coming out of the ground in your backyard. This is not a dream. This is a prophetic alignment. What darkness tried to hide is always shown by light. And as the truth grows, so does responsibility. You don't need to be scared. You need to pray. You're not supposed to be afraid. You need to stand up. Because when heaven shows, it also gives. If this message has made you feel something that you can't deny, then have faith and respond. The amount of truth in the comments is going up. If this opening up feels good to you, blessing code 318 is now being used over your home. Also, as this code is made public, learn something more. You help other people be free when you sow into a message that tells the truth. The Bible says that the light shines in the dark, and the dark has not put it out. This is not an old book. Right now, this is God talking to you. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission will grow into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Giving to this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-fi community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through hearts that are kind. This is what I say over you now. Each gift you give is like a stream of living water that flows into the life of someone who needs healing. Give, and it will be given to you is not just a verse for Jesus. It is a living promise that shapes your future. Allow me to invite you now with a simple act of faith. Come into this moment with purpose, with honesty, and with hope. The money you give today is not a donation. The act of spiritual obedience that lets your heavens open is what opens them. Let go of your seed and see what God brings back into your life. Listen carefully. There is something going on below the surface that your physical eyes can't fully understand yet, but your spirit is starting to pick up on it. The trumpet has gone off. The opening up has begun. From now on, the ground beneath your life is moving. There is a ripple effect when Archangel Michael blows the trumpet. The first step is becoming aware. Then there is disturbance, which is not chaos, but a holy disruption. When you stick to old habits, they start to feel bad. Everyday habits start to feel out of place. Things that used to seem normal are now talked about with a strange tension. This is not a mistake. This is what happened because of revelation. You need to fully grasp this. When things that were hidden are revealed, there is a moment of adjusting. In a symbolic sense, if something was buried under your door, it has been affecting your entry points for years. It has changed the way you receive love. It has changed the way you take chances. What you do when you're blessed has changed because of it. Your responses will start to change now that it's out in the open. You might be less tolerant of things that used to bother you. You might feel a sudden surge of courage inside you. It's clear that being brave doesn't mean being cocky. When the truth comes out, confusion is no longer strong. The message did say, your backyard for a reason. Things are often kept out of sight in the backyard. This is where unfinished work is kept. It's where things that have been forgotten end up gathering dust. Spiritually, your backyard shows decisions that have been put off and chapters that have not been finished. Some of you left emotional doors open many years ago. Even though you physically left, the thread stayed connected in your mind. Those threads are being cut by Archangel Michael trumpet. Things that are behind you will no longer try to catch up with you. But there may be one last meeting with the truth before that freedom feels complete. Not a fight with someone else, but with yourself. You might have to say where you chose to live. You might have to admit when fear made you make decisions. Don't fight this moment. Accept it. It's not that something was hidden that's shocking. What's shocking is that it went on for so long without being fixed. But even that chance to live was given for a reason. You had to be mature to deal with this news. When the ground moved, you had to be strong to stay put. Take note of how precise this time feels. Your journey does not happen by chance today. It means the end of silent power. It means the end of sneaky manipulation. It ends agreements you haven't seen that were never meant to shape your future. There is power under your door. The doorstep is where ownership is proven. This is where you decide what goes inside and what stays outside. If there was something buried there, it was trying to get your authority without you knowing. But now that you know, power comes back to you. There may be a strong urge in you to call peace to your home. Do it. You might want to say words of blessing out loud over your rooms. Do it. When revelation comes, you have to do something. When the trumpet sounds, you answer. You need to grasp one more level. There are times when the hidden thing is not even bad. There are times when you pushed off a calling because it seemed too big. You put off a responsibility because it required courage. You turned down a leadership role that required public attention. What if the shocking truth is that you have more power than you thought? What if the thing that was hidden wasn't a danger, but a wrap? Archangel Michael's trumpet is often used to give out tasks. In the past, trumpets brought people together for battle, celebration, or movement. The sound meant, get ready. You are getting ready. Something is going to need your voice, your knowledge, and your stability. The trumpet is over your house to let you know that it is becoming a place of power. Your space is becoming more spiritually important. The atmosphere around you is changing from normal to planned. Tonight, pay attention to what you dream. Pay close attention to sudden ideas. Revelation does not always come with a loud bang. It can settle down like a calm certainty sometimes. You're not the same person who started to listen. Being aware has already changed you. And awareness can't go back to being ignorant once it grows. The ground has been moved. What was hidden has been shown. The government is coming back to your door. What happens next will show that this was never about fear, so stand in it. It was always above awakening. Before we go any further with this unveiling, I need your voice to ground this moment. Not, "I hope it rises," or "maybe someday," but write these exact words in the comments. "My hidden truth is rising." Be sure when you say them, because they will help you see things more clearly. You are telling your spirit that you are ready to see what has been hidden when you write those words. By saying this, you're letting heaven show what needs to be shown. Keep that intention in mind as we move on to the next part, where the change is clear to see. A strong heart. The deeper unveiling starts now that the ground has been shaken and your awareness has grown. From a trumpet blast over your house to a mirror held up to your soul. This is how it all began. This is where transformation can't be denied. You need to understand something important. Revelation is more than just finding out what was hidden from you. You have to find out what was hidden inside you. While the backyard and front door were metaphors, the house that heaven is talking to you about is your life. The trumpet of Archangel Michael did not sound to make you laugh. It sounded like it would move you. There are times when heaven is quiet, which lets your faith grow without any visible proof. Then there are times like this when the silence breaks and clarity comes in quickly, like air coming in through an open window. At the moment, you are in that rush. Think about the past few months. It seemed like something was building up behind the scenes with all the strange delays and sudden closings. It's possible that you were angry or even let down. Now, what if those delays were meant to protect you? Is it possible that those closed doors were keeping something dirty from coming in? If you hide something under your doormat, it tries to change who comes in. In other words, some chances you missed were not really lost. They were fun things to do. Heaven didn't say no to you. Heaven was looking out for you. Just realizing this changes everything. Another truth is also coming to the surface. Some of you have felt bad about choices you made when you were weak. You thought that the choices you made would change your fate forever. You thought there was something in your past that kept you from doing bigger things. But pay attention to this. Exposure does not mean that someone is guilty. The trumpet of Archangel Michael calls for alignment, not shame. Something buried in your backyard could mean that you feel bad about what you did. But shame takes away its power when it's shown. As soon as you face it, it stops having power over your future. And that control is ending today. You might not know why you feel lighter. You might feel sad or angry without knowing why. That's because pressure that's been hidden is going down. Subtle weight is what you feel when something you can't see affects your life. That weight goes away when it is shown and dealt with. But revelation also means taking care of things. You can't go back to being passive now that you know you have power. You can't take your life for granted now that you know the ground beneath you is holy. There is a holy event going on around you. The message stressed 45 seconds for a reason. It stands for a sudden change. Sometimes you have to wait years to get ready for a second-long moment. A choice, an acknowledgement, or a statement. It only takes a minute to change the way you see something for good. And when people's views change, they change their direction. Drama going on outside of you won't change your life. Things are about to change because clarity is growing inside. The trumpet of Archangel Michael is often a sign that divine messages are being sent. People know Archangel Michael as a messenger. That means that what is going on above your house is talking. It's clear that heaven is talking. There's no need to worry about you. Take a look at the patterns in your life. Take note of what keeps happening. Keep an eye on what consistently drains you. Take note of what consistently makes you feel good. You may have thought the hidden thing was just a pattern, but now you see it for what it really is. The rules can be broken. Some cycles can end. Foundations can be built back up stronger than they were before. This revelation also hides something beautiful. There is an opportunity under every exposure. If you buried something the wrong way, you can now plant something on purpose. If an old deal was affecting your threshold, you can now make a new peace and strength covenant for your home. This gives you power. Having power is not the same as being comfortable. It might make you work harder. It might mean having conversations you put off. It might require setting limits you were hesitant to do. But keep in mind that the trumpet did not sound to leave you the same. It beeped because you're ready. You are now ready to become more aware. You're ready to put your stamp on your space. You are ready to shut doors that were never meant to be opened in the first place. Be strong during this change. Please don't downplay how you feel. Don't forget how important today is. Things are going exactly as they should with the unveiling, and what's next will show why this moment was planned so precisely from a higher realm. If you're awake, the atmosphere in your life is no longer subtle. The change is becoming clear. It began as a trumpet over your house and has now become a movement in your spirit. You're not making up how intense it is. You are taking a step toward alignment. At some point in every divine unveiling, those who are against it try to make one last stand. When something that was hidden comes to light, it doesn't go away quietly. It tries to explain why it is there. It talks softly. This is fine. There are no changes. You know better now, though. You can tell the difference. Your life has already moved on different ground. The trumpet of Archangel Michael was not a soft sound in the background. It was an announcement of change. Also, change always needs courage. You are changing from unconscious patterns to authority that you are aware of. At first, that movement might feel awkward, because being aware makes you want to do something. Pay attention to what people around you are talking about. Are people responding to you in different ways? Have you noticed tension where there was once ease? That's because things around you have to change when you become more aware. Some will line up, some will fight it, but it's not by chance. There was power under your door. That power is starting to fade now, and clarity gets stronger when influence gets weaker. You might suddenly see through the lies you used to believe. You might notice distractions that didn't seem dangerous at first. That's not making a decision. That is having discernment. Knowing what to do is a gift. There wasn't a terrible secret near your house meant to hurt you. It was there to see if you would stay asleep or wake up when the trumpet went off, and you did. But awakening isn't a passive thing. It's running. Right now, you need to guard your threshold on purpose. What comes to mind? What kinds of conversations can happen in your home? What kinds of energies do you want to come into your space? When you have authority, you make smart choices. Certain habits are becoming clear to some of you. Some people are realizing that some dreams must finally come true. Exposure makes it possible to move. The delay you felt didn't last forever. It was a practice run. Today was the day of the announcement. What comes next is implementation. There's another layer coming out. The trumpet over your house was also a warning about anything that said it had too much permission. Once power has been taken back, spiritual interference can't stay. When the truth stands firm, peace starts to return. You might feel like you sleep better. You might feel a calmness that you didn't expect. They show that things are lined up. Inner turbulence goes down when secret agreements are broken. But don't get comfortable. This is the time to make what has been revealed stronger. Say something about life over your space. Make your plans for the future clear. Change your old inner dialogues to the truth. When you are exposed, you should respond with purpose. We are all together at this moment. If this message backs up what you've been feeling, don't keep it to yourself. It's like this video is a statement that you are becoming more aware. Tell someone who is having a rough time in their life about this, because they might be standing over a hidden force without realizing it. Write about how you've changed since listening. If you're ready to walk in revelation every day, subscribe to this channel. If you want to get more spiritual insight and keep getting messages like this, you should become a member. Something very important is about to happen. Something that connects your awakening to something bigger than yourself. Next Level will show you why your house was chosen for this announcement in the first place, so you should keep going with this flow. You're not just making room for yourself. You are getting ready for impact. No, the trumpet did not just go off over your roof. It seemed like your space is becoming more strategic. Your awareness is starting to matter. What you choose will have an impact on more than just your own journey. Stay strong in this power. Keep your threshold safe. Pay attention to the change, because what's about to happen will show that this awakening was never just about finding something hidden. It was about getting you ready for something bigger. If this message has stirred up something permanent in you, if you feel like this is not the end, but the start of a journey, then please subscribe to this channel right away. When you subscribe, you do more than just watch what a channel posts. You are putting yourself in a place where prophetic alignment is always happening. Keep speaking. Keep revealing. Keep aligning me with your purposes. This is what subscription means. You are choosing to stay in touch with the sound of the trumpet. Each new video is like a fresh wave of understanding washing over your life. To join this awakening movement, click the subscribe button right away. Believe it or not, brave soul, what is happening now goes beyond exposure and awareness. The trumpet of Archangel Michael didn't just let people know what was hidden, it summed up who you are becoming. This is where the change goes from being realized inside to being seen by others. The ground is now clear. You have seen the influence that was hiding. You have taken back control at your front door. Now, something else starts to come up from under your life purpose. The trumpet was said to be blowing over your house for a reason. A house stands for identity, stability, protection, and a family's history. When heaven marks a home, it marks a family tree. It says that something new will come from this spot, and you are in charge of that flow. Surprise! What you found in your backyard wasn't just a pattern or agreement that you had forgotten about. It was a chance for some of you. You have untapped potential that was put there for you a long time ago, but was never fully used. It was quiet as you carried it. You could feel it when you were inspired. But fear, other things, and time kept it hidden. The surface is now showing, and when potential shows up, responsibility does too. You might start to feel like things that you used to put off are more important now. You might get more clear ideas. Long-term problems may seem easy to solve all of a sudden. That isn't a mistake. That is lining up. When you get rid of hidden obstacles, creativity flows. Changes are also happening in how other people see you. Some will pick up on your confidence in the voice. Some people will sense that your decisions are clear. This is not the time to back down. The trumpet that went off over your house also went off over your identity. A messenger of divine announcements, Archangel Michael is. The fact that he is there lets you know that what is said next matters, and what is being said over you right now is commissioning. You are being told to lead, speak, and make decisions in a new way. This doesn't mean that things will get loud or dramatic in your life. That is, it might become more clear. You will start to value peace more than popularity. You'll put truth over comfort. You'll know right away when something isn't going in the right direction. This is growing up. The one in the backyard stood for what was behind you. It now stands for growth. It is possible to get a backer. If you take care of it, it can produce fruit. The ground that was buried is now going to grow crops. What are you going to plant? This is the question that heaven has put to you. Exposure got rid of the old. The authority locked the threshold. Now the growing starts. There may still be times when you doubt. That's normal when you're going somewhere new, but doubt no longer has power over you. It's like a cloud floating through the air. Since it was checked out, your foundation is now stronger. Take note of how clearer your thoughts are getting. Take note of how faster your discernment feels, because the truth has taken root. There's something else going on that you can't miss. People who are connected to you will feel the change as your house becomes aligned. Peace makes a difference. Clarity makes a difference. The mood changes when one person in a room wakes up. You might find that the things you talk about at home are more important. You might feel the tension going down. And the reason for that is that hidden interference is getting weaker. It's not just about your personal life, though. It gets ready for an impact that can be seen. You will have chances that call for the version of you that is in charge. If they had come earlier, you might have thought twice. You will now be able to spot them. The trumpet wasn't meant to scare you. It seemed to be calling you to the next season, and this is the deeper truth. There was nothing stronger than you that was found. It wouldn't have been revealed at that time if it had been. That secret thing was shown to you because you can get past it. As you hold this thought, stand tall. You're more than just someone who got a message. You are someone who picked up the phone. The ground has moved under your feet. The threshold has been locked down. There is more potential. What happens next will show you how this personal awakening is linked to a divine assignment that is bigger than you thought. There is no fade in the trumpet. Moving forward is what it says. Listener anointed. What you are about to do is not just personal growth. The moment the trumpet went off over your house, you were divinely aligned with a bigger movement. It was never meant for the awakening to end with exposure. It was meant to give you a sense of purpose that goes beyond your walls. A holy pattern is taking shape. Heaven first announces, and then things that were hidden are shown. Once revelation is over, authority is restored. And once power is restored, assignment is taken away. You are almost done with your assignment. Archangel Michael's trumpet doesn't just bring things to light that were hidden, it gets things ready for the proclamation. Archangel Michael brings news of important changes. In sacred history, when he shows up, things change, girths are announced, missions are made clear, and silence ends. The trumpet over your house is not a one-time thing. It's a sign that something prophetic is happening in your life. You might start to think that what you've been through was training. The hard times you went through were not just random. They were getting ready. The confusion you went through once made you smarter. The wait taught me to be patient. The disappointment made them stronger. There was no waste. The last obstacle was the shocking truth that was hidden right outside your door. There is room for acceleration now that it has been shown and taken away. Doors that used to be hard to open will start to open with a surprising ease. Talks that were heavy before will feel lighter now. You will feel either flow or friction. But speeding up means giving up. When you take on a new assignment, you can't hold on to your old identity. You can't be a clear leader if you let hidden influences affect you. The part of you that questioned your authority can't handle more responsibility. It's already too late. The trumpet has called you up. Now you have to give a full answer. Some of you feel a call to speak the truth with more confidence. Others are called to make things, build things, teach, and serve in ways that you put off. Do not ignore these signs. These feelings don't go away quickly. This is the start of an assignment. It's now possible to leave from your house. That's why the announcement was very clear. It wasn't a general message about the world. It was about them. It gave your house, yard, and front door names. The reason your life isn't like everyone else's is on purpose. You might still be confused about why I am here. It's easy to answer. Because you pay attention. Due to your response. Because when the trumpet went off, you didn't just ignore it as noise. Pay attention, and heaven will answer. And commissioning isn't getting any attention. There will be times when you are tested in small ways, but not to break you, but to see how much you have grown. Old urges to settle down will come back for a short time to see if you can spot them. You can, because becoming more aware has permanently changed you. This is what makes being informed different from being changed. The way you look has changed. Things in your life feel different because they are different. No longer do you walk over hidden ground without realizing it. You are walking on land that has been claimed back. There is also an effect that you might not fully understand yet. As you align, people who are connected to you will be brave enough to face their own hidden influences. When you awaken, you give them permission to awaken too. That's how divine movements start out quietly, one trumpet at a time, in each home. If this message has made you feel something that you can't deny, seal it with a declaration. In the comments, type, "My house is aligned." If you are given this task, blessing code 842 is now being sent over your home and your future. This is easy to hear as the code settles down. You are not funding a channel when you support the sound of this trumpet. You are giving life to a movement of awakening. The word says, "Rise up and shine, for your light has come." This is not old poetry. Welcome to God's message to you. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. Right now, we are on the edge of assignment. The trumpet has told you to go higher. The things that were hidden have been dealt with. Now I want you to seal this commissioning with your faith. In the comments section below, type Amen to show that you agree with what heaven is doing over your house. Let the sound of your amen go through the unseen world to show that you are ready to walk in power. Don't let this chance go by without leaving your mark, because the next thing you read will show you how growth is turning into legacy. Most Holy One, the sound that began as a trumpet over your house can now be heard all the way into the future. What began as exposure has grown into direction. You are no longer just finding things that were hidden. What was ready for you is now being taken over. You are going through a holy change inside. Now people are excited about what might be built instead of afraid of what might be buried. Now you understand how divine awakening works. At first it throws you off. Then it stops moving. Finally it moves. You are no longer uncertain. You are now clear. The backyard, which used to represent lost history, is now a field ready to be farmed. The doorway that used to mean hidden power is now a guarded entrance to authority. But now you need to understand this. Alignment makes things move forward. Figuring out what to do gets easier when a house is spiritually aligned. The chances that are there become more obvious. You'll notice how quickly you can tell what's important and what's not in your life. This is not a mistake. It's what comes from being wise. The trumpet sound of Archangel Michael wasn't just a warning. It was a statement that a new phase has begun, and new stages call for new habits. You need to keep the knowledge you've gained safe. Do not go back to places that make it hard for you to think clearly. Do not have conversations that make you less sure of what you believe. Your house has been marked, and when heaven marks something, it means it needs to be taken care of. You may feel that your time and energy are becoming more valuable and that you need to be careful with them. This is not being alone. It is smart. When you get rid of hidden interference, anything that tries to cause confusion again makes you more aware of it. Have faith in that sensitivity. There is also something going on that you can't see right now. When things are in balance in one area of life, they often lead to progress in another. Other doors might start to open as your spiritual foundation grows stronger. Clear finances, emotional stability, and creative ideas. All of these changes are linked because growth is natural when the ground is healthy. You are also moving into a time of confirmation. There will be signs that back up what you feel during this awakening. A conversation will help you feel good about your choice. Your direction will be confirmed by a sudden chance. A deep peace will back up your power. Pay close attention to these signs. They are the best way to boost your confidence. But don't think that confirmation means you can rest easy. The momentum needs to be kept up. Keep talking life into your space. Keep watching over your threshold. Grow what you have planted in your backyard by taking care of it. There may still be times when old thoughts try to come back to the surface. There are doubts that whisper, "Was it really that important?" Don't let those doubts bother you. Remember how you felt when you first heard the trumpet message. Remember how your spirit changed. Remember how clear things became after that. And what is real bears fruit. A more important thing is also being quietly set up for success on a larger scale. Your house's alignment is making it stable for influence. A lot of people will look to you for direction. They might not say it outright, but they'll be able to tell that you are calm. Prepare. The secret thing that was found out was never meant to define you. It was meant to make you better. Now, getting better is becoming leadership. Being in charge doesn't always mean having a public stage. At times it means being the calm one in a storm. At times it means being the voice of both knowledge and chaos. It can mean just staying strong when others are weak. You're becoming that thing. As the trumpet fades out, a steady, purposeful rhythm takes its place. The sound isn't as scary as it used to be. This echo leads the way. It helps you remember that this journey was planned from the start. Finally, here's the real truth. Nothing that was made public can be kept secret again. Darkness loses its territory when light hits it. You are walking on ground that is lit up. What happens next will force you to grow beyond your comfort zone, not because you aren't ready, but because you are. The house is now straight. The threshold was secured, and the field was worked. No growth starts. Right now, someone in your life is walking on buried ground and doesn't even know it. A neighbor, a family member, or a co-worker may have a hidden effect on them that they are not yet aware of. And you have the power to wake them up with your trumpet. Send this video right now. Send it to them. Put it on your story. You should copy the link and text it to the person who just came to mind. You are not just sharing content when you share this word from the prophet. In their atmosphere, you are letting breakthrough happen. Because the next thing you read will show you how growth is turning into legacy. Most Holy One, the sound that began as a trumpet over your house can now be heard all the way into the future. What began as exposure has grown into direction. You are no longer just finding things that were hidden. What was ready for you is now being taken over. You are going through a holy change inside. Now people are excited about what might be built instead of afraid of what might be buried. Now you understand how divine awakening works. At first it throws you off. Then it stops moving. Finally it moves. You are no longer uncertain. You are now clear. The backyard, which used to represent lost history, is now a field ready to be farmed. The doorway that used to mean hidden power is now a guarded entrance to authority. But now you need to understand this. Alignment makes things move forward. Figuring out what to do gets easier when a house is spiritually aligned. The chances that are there become more obvious. You'll notice how quickly you can tell what's important and what's not in your life. This is not a mistake. It's what comes from being wise. The trumpet sound of Archangel Michael wasn't just a warning. It was a statement that a new phase has begun, and new stages call for new habits. You need to keep the knowledge you've gained safe. Do not go back to places that make it hard for you to think clearly. Do not have conversations that make you less sure of what you believe. Your house has been marked, and when heaven marks something, it means it needs to be taken care of. You may feel that your time and energy are becoming more valuable and that you need to be careful with them. This is not being alone. It is smart. When you get rid of hidden interference, anything that tries to cause confusion again makes you more aware of it. Have faith in that sensitivity. There is also something going on that you can't see right now. When things are in balance in one area of life, they often lead to progress in another. Other doors might start to open as your spiritual foundation grows stronger. Clear finances, emotional stability, and creative ideas. All of these changes are linked because growth is natural when the ground is healthy. You are also moving into a time of confirmation. There will be signs that back up what you feel during this awakening. A conversation will help you feel good about your choice. Your direction will be confirmed by a sudden chance. A deep peace will back up your power. Pay close attention to these signs. They are the best way to boost your confidence. But don't think that confirmation means you can rest easy. The momentum needs to be kept up. Keep talking life into your space. Keep watching over your threshold. Grow what you have planted in your backyard by taking care of it. There may still be times when old thoughts try to come back to the surface. There are doubts that whisper, "Was it really that important?" Don't let those doubts bother you. Remember how you felt when you first heard the trumpet message. Remember how your spirit changed. Remember how clear things became after that. And what is real bears fruit. A more important thing is also being quietly set up for success on a larger scale. Your house's alignment is making it stable for influence. A lot of people will look to you for direction. They might not say it outright, but they'll be able to tell that you are calm. Prepare. The secret thing that was found out was never meant to define you. It was meant to make you better. Now, getting better is becoming leadership. Being in charge doesn't always mean having a public stage. At times it means being the calm one in a storm. At times it means being the voice of both knowledge and chaos. It can mean just staying strong when others are weak. You're becoming that thing. As the trumpet fades out, a steady, purposeful rhythm takes its place. The sound isn't as scary as it used to be. This echo leads the way. It helps you remember that this journey was planned from the start. Finally, here's the real truth. Nothing that was made public can be kept secret again. Darkness loses its territory when light hits it. You are walking on ground that is lit up. What happens next will force you to grow beyond your comfort zone, not because you aren't ready, but because you are. The house is now straight. The threshold was secured, and the field was worked. No growth starts. Right now, someone in your life is walking on buried ground and doesn't even know it. A neighbor, a family member, or a co-worker. may have a hidden effect on them that they are not yet aware of. And you have the power to wake them up with your trumpet. Send this video right now. Send it to them. Put it on your story. You should copy the link and text it to the person who just came to mind. You are not just sharing content when you share this word from the prophet. In their atmosphere, you are letting breakthrough happen. There's a new seriousness growing in you. It's not weightiness, but holy duty. You're less likely to waste time or give in to distractions, and you're more focused on what's important. The change shows that there is growth. You're not the same person you were before the unveiling. The thing that was hidden from you but used to be strong no longer is, and your confidence has grown since you've dealt with it. Believe in yourself, but don't live in it. The kind that doesn't break when pushed. Things could still get tough. It will still be hard sometimes. Your answer has changed now, though. Instead of acting out of fear, you act out of clarity. You don't back down, you stand firm. There it is, the sign of change. Things are also getting better in your relationships. You might notice that some connections get stronger on their own. Some may fade away quietly. Do not try to align something that is no longer in place. When a house is spiritually in balance, it brings in things that are in tune with its vibe. You are picking and choosing how to use your energy, which is a sign of wisdom. Leaving a legacy also means taking care of a vision. Soon, ideas that seemed vague will start to take shape. Plans that seemed far away now seem like they could come true. Do not ignore these visions. Note them down. Say prayers for them. Move slowly toward them. Small steps add up to have a big effect over time. You might remember times in the past when you felt like you were meant for more. Maybe you shut down that thought because the situation didn't allow it. However, things are changing now because your inner base has changed. The trumpet didn't just show what was hidden. It woke up things that were sleeping. Hidden courage is rising. Unsuspected creativity is waking up. Recently dormant leadership is waking up. There may still be people who try to doubt your decision to change. Some people might say you're unique. They're right. You are not like everyone else. No longer do you walk over buried ground without realizing it. You are aware of how you walk, and being aware makes things stable. You will feel a deeper peace as this consolidation goes on. Not the fragile peace that needs everything to be just right, but the lasting peace that comes from being in sync. This peace will hold you steady when things change around you. Don't forget that the trumpet marked your house for a reason. Your life is becoming an example for other people to follow. They will see how steady you are and find courage when storms come through their lives. This is a quiet way to start a legacy. Some things have happened that can't be undone, but you may not fully understand what has happened yet. The unveiling can't be taken back. It is impossible to forget the alignment. The expansion can't be turned around without choosing to do so. Make a smart pick. Consistency is key. Pick alignment over and over. What comes next will make this journey complete and confirm that today wasn't just a day of revelations, but the start of a new era in your life. This is the consolidation. Everything you've learned so far becomes a part of your life at this point. I need you to be a part of this establishment right now. Put these words in the comments. My house is established. Be sure to say them. Think about what you're writing. Write it as a statement of what is already true in the spiritual realm, not as a wish. You're not just commenting when you write those words. You are telling the future about your own life. You are finishing the job that the trumpet started. Now, hold on to that declaration, because the next part will have the final revelation that will end this journey forever. We are getting close to the end of this revelation, but I need you to do something before we move into the last moment. One more time, in your mind, click the like button on this video. Let there be 2 witnesses. That like says, I have received this. I am walking in this. The favor of God is now flowing through every area of my life. That like says that you are not just listening to what heaven is doing. You are actively taking part in it. Press it now to make sure you agree with this last wave of information. An honorable one. That's the sealing moment. What began today as a trumpet blast over your house has now turned into a promise to change your life. There is no longer a place where you stood before. That thought you had is not going away. What you used to carry is not with you anymore. The trumpet of the Archangel Michael did not go unnoticed. He talked about exposure. It began the alignment process. It started the growth process, and now it's setting up permanence. The scary thing you found in your backyard or under your front door has done its job. It showed how influence lingered. It helped you see where you needed to take back power. It showed you patterns that didn't belong in your future anymore. But it's no longer powerful. Strength is what's left. Look back at the path you've taken. At first, fear tried to whisper, but clarity spoke up louder. Doubt tried to question what it meant, but confirmation came next. There was some resistance at first, but the authorities stood firm. At this point, you have crossed a sacred line. Cross. You can't know what you know. Once awareness has lit your path, you can't go back to living in the dark. Once light has shown something, you can't act like it's still hidden. You have now chosen to live on purpose as of today. No longer is your house a place where people can whisper and bother you. It's a safe spot for peace. Your backyard isn't a field of forgotten memories anymore. It's a garden with grown plants. Your front door is no longer an open invitation for thieves. It's a gate to wisdom and power. Here is the last revelation, though. The trumpet wasn't just there to keep you safe. It was about getting you put on duty. Heaven doesn't mark a house for no reason. You are ready to bring clarity to places where there is still confusion. You have learned to see hidden influences in places other than your own through experience. You'll see things that other people miss. People will miss what you can sense, and you will give a wise answer. Do not think that what has happened is not important. A lot of people go through their whole lives walking over agreements that they never even thought about. You talk to yours. Many people don't pay attention to the soft sound of awakening and think it's just a coincidence. You hear that obeying is important. When doubt starts to creep in from now on, remember the trumpet. When something tries to take your attention away, remember the ground that was uncovered. When fear tells you that change is too hard, remember that you've already made it through the hardest part. You are no longer going through a change. You have a reputation. Be sure when you're in your house. Talk over your space like you own it. Being aware as you cross your threshold and working on your field with expectation is important. Put faith on this moment. If you get this completion, type, "My house is set up," in the comments. The blessing code, 1199, is now being sent to your home, your choices, and what you leave behind. Now listen to this last instruction. The trumpet that went off over your house is now going off for people who haven't woken up yet. There are still homes that are under pressure in silence. You have the power to help the sound reach people who are still walking on buried ideas. The Bible says, "Throw your bread into the water, and you will find it after many days." This is not a long time ago. I believe this is God talking to you right now. You are about to enter your divine future. Remember that this message does not end with you. People can use your breakthrough to get where they need to go, through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-fi community, you can help this mission. By doing so, you are sowing into the awakening, deliverance, and restoration of souls who are still trapped in darkness. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." Every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and safety for your family. Now is your time, my child. Have faith, and as you do, watch God multiply what you let go of. I want to ask you to do one last thing before you finally leave this holy place. If you have not already, click the subscribe button. Make it your goal to stay in touch with the sound of the trumpet. Each time a new message comes out, it will add another level of prophetic alignment to you. You can subscribe to more than just videos. It has to do with placement, so that you don't miss the next divine appointment that heaven has set up for you. When you subscribe, you're securing the alignment that started today. You're telling God, "I'm ready for more. I'm ready for deeper. I'm ready for everything you have for me." Click subscribe now to commit to this adventure. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's take a moment to reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is not a stroke of luck. It is a direct message from Archangel Michael to you. He's extending his hand and inviting you into a protected, high-vibrational community where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise. This sacred principle is very simple, but it can change your whole life. If you follow it, you won't just receive blessings. They will be multiplied and flow into every part of your life. By accepting this invitation right now, you are unlocking immediate, early access to powerful content and divine insights that are hidden from the general world. Now is your chance to enter a sacred space where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this sacred moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join Archangel Michael's inner circle immediately through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the direct, personalized messages that are specifically meant to elevate and empower your life. If you desire to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. And for those who feel called to amplify this work, a link to purchase the guided ebook is available, which is completely optional, but your presence, attention, and energy already mean the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.